Welcome to our Circle of Excellence here at the New England Motorcycle Museum, and feast your eyes on what is the finest 73 XR75 for sale on planet Earth today. There's definitely not one in this category that we found online, and one of the nicest, if not the nicest, restoration I've ever seen. This is absolutely spectacular. And when I read you the attention to detail that's been done on the engine restoration alone, you'll know that this one is really in a category of its own. Starting with the jewel of an engine. I mean, you got to get in close with the camera to this to really show the nooks and crannies. This thing was completely torn down with every nut, bolt, and bearing removed. The engine cases were ultrasonically cleaned, media blasted, and vapor honed. It cannot get any better than this. The clutch and stator cover were painted per the factory color. The cylinder was bored and matched with a new Wiseco piston kit. The head was rebuilt and the valve seats were cut. All the hardware and shafts have new zinc. The seals, gaskets, the cam chain, and clutches were replaced, as well as any other part that was not in spec, with new original OEM parts. So this is really the high watermark of an XR75 restoration, and this bike is the first year. We all know that first year models of iconic classics like this are worth the most money, and these regularly sell for north of 10, 12, north of 12,000. This one could set a new record because it's the nicest one I've seen come up for sale in recent history for sure. The rest of the bike has been given the same attention to detail. Every nut and bolt that you look at, the frame was professionally painted with the automotive quality, original color code, Honda, the triple clamps, the swing arm, the chain guide. A lot of the running gear on the bike is new, like the chain and sprockets, the spokes, the tires, the rim bands, the tubes, the rim locks. All of the paintwork on the bike has really been done at the highest level possible that you'd paint a motorcycle or a Ferrari with. It's world-class paint job, to factory spec. If you look at the fuel tank, the stripes, the stickers on the tank, everything's done to the nth degree. The upholstery on the saddle, the zinc plating on all of the hardware, every nut and bolt on this bike is as good or better than the day it came out of the crate. Put an extra shine on the valve cover. As you can see, that one's been professionally chrome plated. The rims have been professionally chrome plated. The brakes are all brand new and rebuilt. The brake arm on the front has been chrome plated. The forks, tubes are fresh, new plating on there, as well as on all the hardware. Every nut and bolt on this bike has been either zinc plated or replaced with new NOS, new old stock, correct hardware. It's absolutely freaking gorgeous. You can look at the bottom of the bike, looks as clean as the top of the bike. The engine's as clean on the inside as it is on the outside. It really doesn't get any better than this. Now, when I called it the Circle of Excellence, there's more good news, and we actually talked about this, Junior and I, about selling this as a collection, because we have not only one, the 73, we also have the 74 restored the same exact way. Everything I said about that motorcycle applies to this motorcycle. This one's been restored the exact same way. We have the 73, the 74, the 1975, and the 76. The 76 that we have is the only one that has not been restored. That one is 100% original, all of the original cycle parts down to the chain. So that was left original, and it is a remarkable example of that year motorcycle. But to find a 73, 74, 75, and 76 as a set is unheard of. We thought about auctioning them off as a set, still sitting on the fence, but more than likely they'll be sold individually, starting with the 73, then the 74, then the 75, and the 76. The auction will probably start this Saturday night. Stay tuned for more information on that. It'll be on the KaplanCycles.com website. There's a link to all of our auctions on there. This really is what I'll call a no excuses motorcycle. The exhaust system on this bike is absolutely perfect. Every nut and bolt on this bike is absolutely perfect. If you are the guy that wants perfection, you can do, well, it even has the original decals placed where they're supposed to be from the factory. if you want perfection, you can do one or two things. You can buy an XR75 as is, a decent runner with a good engine and training, which is going to set you back in today's market, $2,500 to $6,000, depending on the condition, and then embark on a year-long journey of a frame-off restoration, because this type of work, you're looking at a minimum 100 hours of shop labor to do this restoration. That would be $15,000 in labor at $150 an hour, plus thousands of dollars in parts, plus the cost of the original bike. So what is this bike worth? Well, if I was going to do an insurance policy on it, we would do an estimate of the value based on the T&M, time and materials replacement value. And it's certainly 100 hours of labor, which is 15 grand. And then close, we'll say $4,000 in parts. So 19 grand plus the cost of the motorcycle itself, say 4,000. So this would be insured in a time and materials basis for north of 20 grand. Will it bring that much at auction? I don't know. The reserve will be set much less than that, but it really is impossible to find a 52-year-old motorcycle or any automotive, any vehicle that's 52 years old restored to this level. They just it just costs a lot of money to do it, and it's hard to find ones this nice. So we've had a couple of really fine 73s come through here, but this one really takes the cake. Look at the switch housings and the throttle up close. Look at the nuts and bolts on there. Look at the way the wiring's done. Everything's exactly the chrome plating on everything. It's absolutely freaking perfect. So we could have taken a picture and a video and dropped the mic and walk away, and you might have got the point. But I wanted to give you my spin on it, what my thoughts are on this bike. Love to keep it here in the museum on display, but I'm sure whoever buys this is going to want to take it home as soon as possible. Imagine being a 10-year-old kid on Christmas morning, or seeing this thing sitting out, and talk about a life-changing experience. This thing should, in my opinion, be kept as a demonstration or a museum piece, and just get a regular XR75 as a rider. But if you want to ride it, this thing is as tight as a tiger and is as close to a brand new XR75 as you'll find anywhere on planet Earth. Only here at Kaplan Cycles in the New England Motorcycle Museum. Oh, and how about an MB50C that has 1.8 miles on it. It's brand spanking new, unrestored original. There's a video on YouTube of that one going up too. That one's going up for sale. So we're surrounded by some pretty awesome Hondas here. Feel blessed to be able to play with these bikes, and this is supposed to be work, I guess, but it's more of a retirement gig for me, and I love being around these bikes. Thanks for watching, and God bless America.